Hi. Me, 3 sleeping dogs. Let me just adjust. I think that's right. Yeah, just me and 3 sleeping dogs. Got a lot to tell you today, actually. Quite a few things to show you as well. Which probably means that the rest of the week will be pretty boring. I'm showing you everything on Monday. First of all, news. Those of you who've been following me for a while knew I had all these shoulder issues just before Christmas and around Christmas time. And it started last year. And I went to see the specialist and he said I had a tear in one of my tendons. And the only thing for it was an operation. But it would put me out of action for 2 weeks. I wouldn't be able to do anything. And for the next 6 months after that, I probably wouldn't be able to do much either. So, of course, I went, let me think about this. You know, this is a big thing with me because I do a lot of crafting, as you know. And I'm one of those people, I would go absolutely spare if I didn't have something to do. I'm not a great reader and I don't watch films, TV, things like that. So I just wouldn't know what to do with myself. Anyway, I had an appointment with him yesterday, to cut a long story short. And guess what? It's healed on its own. They said there was a slim chance that it would heal on its own. But they didn't think it would and it was going to be an operation. And I said, no, just give it a chance, you know, give it a chance. I'm so glad I went with my gut instincts because no operation, not needed. I won't say it's as good as new. It's still got its twinges. But I was in agony, as you know. If you've been with me this 12 months, I was in agony last Christmas. I could have just screamed every time I moved it. But so glad I didn't have it done. So what has happened today? Well, don't tell the family. Haven't even, well, I've opened it, I've cut it, but I haven't even looked at it. Kemps had a sale. And, you know, they send me these tempting emails, just like ice yarns do. And so they were selling, I'm trying to remember how much it was actually. I've put the label, the bill down somewhere. Oops. Knocking everything over, as usual. I know it seemed like a bargain to me, so I thought, right, I'm having that. I mean, it isn't cheap, but I do like to get good quality yarn that I can at reduced prices. Sorry for making a noise. You know, so that I can make things for my Etsy shop. I mean, I know I keep saying I've got a fantastic stash, which everybody's going to say, when they see it, but it's actually business. Oops, well, hopefully business stash, she says, as she's trying to. Not having a good week so far. Well, one of my baby cardigans I sent off to America seems to have got lost in the post. I mean, I can make a claim for it, but that's not the point, is it? It was for a new baby, and if it's disappeared, it's just... I mean, obviously I'll do a refund if it doesn't turn up, but that's not much consolation when you're expecting it for a new baby, is it? Right, this is... Oh, let me have a... Put the old bins on. Put my bins on. Well, I had a nice time at the hospital as well. Bumped into somebody that I hadn't seen for years. It was really lovely. So I finally got a Happy New Year kiss from a male. Woohoo! Might not see much, but he's rather dishy. But the trouble is he's married, so we won't go there. Yeah, it's $1.29 a ball I paid for that. I don't know what that is in dollars, but it's $1.29 a ball, and it's gorgeous. It's maple double knitting. I've not really heard of maple double knitting, but it looks rather nice. It's 100 gram. made in China for Euro Yarns, knittingfever.com, and it's called Sun Gold Tomatoes. Nice colour, isn't it? Feels rather nylon-y. That's the only trouble when you're ordering online. You go by the colours, but you can't feel it, can you? You have to just trust in faith. Do I need the glasses on? No, I don't. But the colours, I think, are gorgeous. Gorgeous. So it was £1.29 for that, which is 100 gram, which I think is good value. Good value for 100 grams. So that was one colour. This is another one that Sue's going to like. I'm going to have to hide all this before the family come home. This one's called Spring Lilac. I wouldn't have called it Spring Lilac. There's not an awful lot of lilac in it, is there really? But it is a nice colour. Oh, happy. It's a double knitting, which is, if you're in the US, it's just finer than your worsted, really. It's probably like your number 3 yards. We have a look. There's 4 colours. So this is colour number 3. Now this has got lilac in it and pink. Let me have a look what this one is. Oh, I'm picking a dark one here to show you. Let me burrow a bit further down to show you a lighter one. That is nice, isn't it? That one's called what? Oh, zucchini. That's pretty, isn't it? I love green and pink together, so does Sue. Yay! She's hoping to come later this week. But she never knows because they change a shift of things on her. So she says she hopes to do things, but we never know until it's never set in stone until she actually arrives. But I don't mind, it's half the fun, isn't it, not knowing when she's going to come. Oh, this is a bold one, isn't it? Nice and bold. This one is called Sea Squash. Those are definitely my colours. Look, it's got the teal or the jade or whatever you want to call it. Plus the bright pink. Oh, and it's even got, oh look at that, a little bit of gold in it. Good choice, Jan. Good choice. Well pleased with that. Here. Put that away. Oh, sorry, Poppy. Poppy doesn't like anything that rustles, you know, so she's gone over there. What was I going to say then? Oh, I've splashed out. Well, I didn't splash out, they weren't that day. And I've ordered a nice big light, you know, for when I do my videos, so I don't have to draw curtains and put the main light on and do things like that. So I'm hoping that arrives this week. And it's like a diffuser light, so maybe it would make me look prettier. It's not that a miracle light. What do you want, John? Miracles? Well, what else have I got? Well, I've got what I call my hospital crochet, which I don't know whether... Oh, I'll get everything down again. Which I don't know whether I've shown you or not. It's in my bag that Erin, Gimme Yarn 418 made. It's the Signet Spirit, the boho, whatever. Signet Spirit, boho, or boho Spirit, that's it. So I take this with me because this is what I call my hospital crocheting, because it grows a bit every time I have to wait. So it's, of course, the virus shawl. I take this because I don't need to take a pattern, I just need to take my ball of wool. So that doesn't get worked on at home because I've got another 2 appointments. Now I've got 1 appointment this month and 1 appointment in February, so it's just a nice size, isn't it, to pop in your bag and take with you. You know, if you're knitting or crocheting something large, you can't really take it with you on a hospital appointment. So that won't really grow until I go to the hospital again. So what have I got? Right. Oh, excuse me, top of the head. I knocked part of it down. I've just got two magazines. I can't remember which. Oh yeah, that's. This is the Inside Crochet. And this is where I need my glasses again. And that one came with a free 12mm bamboo chunky hook. Yeah. So what I do with these bamboo hooks is when I get too many of them, I just donate them to other people. Yeah. This is issue full of Gigi hair. I didn't realise that, sorry. So I'm looking a bit scruffy and full of dog hair. It's the story of my life, dog hair. Issue 85. It's the Inside Crochet. There it goes. And yeah, they always have nice adverts, don't they? That's Purple Linda, which if you watch Sean's Crafty Corner, Sean also likes Purple Linda. I like quite a few. I'm not loyal to anybody really. I order from Purple Linda, I order from Wool Warehouse, I order from Kemps, I order from Ice, of course. Oh, hello, I've got a message. What is my message about? Oh, you have an appointment. That's 17th of the 1st of 17 at 1:45. If not needed, please cancel. So that's one of the appointments I was going to tell you about. That's, I think, I'm not sure if it's with the spine or with the top of the spine, or whether it's with my hip. Oh, they're all different departments. It's part of the same bit of the body, isn't it? Anyway, I was saying I'm not very loyal to who I order from. I just order from whoever I like the yarn from. Not sponsored by anybody. Nobody gives me free stuff. Except my lovely friends on YouTube sometimes send me yarn that they know I can't get, you know, for example like the Karen and the Red Heart and things like that. And I'm really looking forward to organising the craft room and having it all on view. So anyway, back to the book. Everything else, magazines, everything, books, I buy them all myself. I'm not in the privileged position of anybody sponsoring me. What have we got? Let's have a little look. Oh, it's just the usual, you know, showing you things that you can buy for the new year. I do have some project bags. I looked at that book actually. It's Winter Crochet, it's called, and it's one of the Rowan yarns. It's by Marie Wallin. I actually looked at it, but to be quite honest, I didn't really want to pay £14. There wasn't anything in it that grabbed me, you know. I wasn't like, buy me now. So I didn't bother. This is an article I do like. It's Confessions of a Pattern Collector, because as usual, I have got them. And it's no, I don't write I don't write this. It's a lady called Rachel Atkinson who writes it. But it could be written by me. It could be, because I have most of the patterns that they show. This one's called Bright Ideas. It's an open work hooded jacket. I think it's worked with 2 strands together, but I'll find that out when I get further along. That's the Tunisian jacket that's on the front cover. And I love the colours in that. It's it's using Malibu Raster. I'm afraid I won't be using Malibu Raster. It's lovely though, and it's a plaid cowl. That's a floral humbug waistcoat, and that's a nice chunky scarf. I hope you can see. I hope I'm not putting them too close and putting them in the dark. And that's a blossom hat. And then there's an article on how to, you know, take care of your crochet. It's something called Soak, I think, which I'm not sure if we have it in the UK. But it's telling you how to wash them, which I'm sure most of us actually, well, we should do, or we do know how to wash them. Now that's pretty, isn't it? I wouldn't make it, mind you, but it's very, very pretty. But it's too holy and, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. It's too holy and lacy because the little dogs would get the paws stuck. I do like those. I mean, they're actually done in oh, excuse me, I must have a drink. In a rainbow yarn, but I'd have to do them in stripy because I haven't got that kind of yarn. I still got a box full of wool that I got from China, you know, but it's all very fine, like a finger in weight. But I've got quite a lot of bright colours. That looks rather like Tunisian crochet, but I haven't actually had a look at it yet. That's the great big massive poof thing done with that super, super thick yarn. And those are key, you know, when you want to distinguish which key is right for the door. I'm not posh like that though, I've just bought some plastic ones. I've got 2 keys for the new front door that look almost identical. And of course, you're fumbling about, you always put the wrong key in, don't you? That's a nice open work poncho. I haven't made myself a poncho for years. That's an open work cushion. Again, it's very, very pretty, but it isn't something that I would make because of the dog's paws, yeah. And then we've got a Tunisian flower cushion, and then little coin purses and that, which is very similar to, you know, the things that Rosita from the Philippines would make. I'm still trying to catch up on videos. People are putting out too many videos for me. I can't keep up. Yeah. Violetta cardigan it is. I think you do 2 strands of yarn. Yes. It's got sort of got the white going all the way through it, and then it's changing from pink to blue to lilac in stripes, yeah. You can see it there more with the hood, yeah. It's a little bit open work. I always a bit worried about that because of it going a bit droopy when you wash it. Tunisian crochet, a must. I don't have any New Year's resolutions, but if I did, one of them would be to get to grips a bit more with my Tunisian crochet because I cannot get my tension right. Yeah, plaid, that's like when you do open work crochet and then you thread, you know, you weave threads through it to make it plaid. I'm sure there's some nice YouTube videos on how to do that. And that's the chunky knit scarf. I mean, I don't use hand-dyed yarn because I can't wear wool, but I love the colours in that. I can't wear wool, and it would be too expensive for me to make something in it to sell. You know, I mean, maybe some people would not mind, you know, and wouldn't mind to pay that kind of money, but then you'd be worried if you'd pick the right colour, the right style, or the right thing for people to buy. It's not so bad when you've used something that's in a sale or something and you've not paid as much for it. You can always find a home for it, but when you've paid, you know, like £30 odd just for the yarn alone, it's a different market, isn't it, altogether? That's the blossom hat. I'm trying to cover up the instructions. That's the blossom hat. I mean, I've got this dilemma every time I make anything, is, you know, will it be too expensive for me to try and sell it? And that's your June flower blanket. As I said, it's very, very pretty, but it's a little bit holey and snaggy for me. That's the lacy poncho. That's another of my resolutions, is I must try and make myself a poncho of some description. And that's the Tunisian flower cushion. And the Gerbera garden pillowcase. I love that yarn as well. It's only an advert, isn't it? It's a knitted hot water bottle cover, I think. But I love the yarn. If it's brightly coloured or it's chazzy, that's for me. Again, you see, I wouldn't make a giant poof. For myself, I couldn't get down there to sit on it. And it's something that I would probably fall over, but I can understand the appeal if it's for a teenage bedroom or something like that. Because they like lounging about, don't they? And that's Ellen the Elephant, Pram Chain and Rattle. My son had, I don't know what they were now, used to go across his. But as he got a bit older, I had to take them off him because he used to pull them like that. And I used to let go of them and then he used to smack him in the teeth, or the lack of teeth, but you know. Yeah, the Harry mitts are Laughing Yaffy self-striping merino wool. And again, I don't think I would use merino wool for mittens or something, because they just get fluffed up, don't they? And you probably put them down somewhere and lose them anyway. And that's the amigurumi key cozies. Jacob's cardigan. Yes, it is a Tunisian pattern. Thought it was. I can do the stitches, do them fine, but I just can't get my attention. And that's what's going to be in next month. And I think this is it. It's your how-tos again as usual. How to do your stitches, how to do this. And that's chatting to a designer from the Little Box of Crochet. Once again, we've got the West Yorkshire Spinners. And then we've got an advert for Deramores. Did I mention that? Somebody else I've ordered from before as well. Now this next book, I've actually made a boo-boo because I actually ordered it online and then I went and bought one from the supermarket. But, of course, there's always, Sue can have it for a present. Never wasted, is it? This one came with a little notebook and a bit of red yarn. And you're supposed to make a little heart and glue it on, I suppose, to the front of your notebook. This one's Simply Crochet and it's issue 53. And it's got a mandala in it. And that's the contents of what's in it this time. Well, that's pretty. Again, it's an advert for King Cole. Must be a new yarn called Sorbet. Giza or Giza. Here I am again. Postman came in between. Brought me some arthritis gloves. They're not quite what I thought I was getting, but oh well. Picture looked a bit different. We've now got Gigi trying to climb on my knee. Now, I guess I forgot to check the levels of the camera. I always charge up the camera when I know Sue's coming. But for some strange reason, I didn't do it for myself. Anyway, where were we when we were so rudely interrupted by the camera closing itself down? Well, as you can see, time has passed and it's gone dark and we're now completely on the electric light. Right, I think I've got to the bit where I was showing you that, which was either called Giza or Giza Sorbet 4-ply. and it's in 100% cotton, and it's very pastel colours, ready for the spring or summer. Very, very delicate colours. They seem to all have white in them, and they'd be quite pretty if you like pastel shades for spring. Right, we've got, it's not quite a granny square blanket, but it's a blanket with different sort of patterns within the squares. I'm determined I'm going to do myself a granny square jacket before the end of the year. Pampered Pooches. I still haven't made Gigi his jacket yet. And then he's looking at my fingers. And then there's socks. I think they look like crocheted socks. As usual, I've taken my glasses off. They're reading glasses, you see, so I don't even wear them when I'm watching the TV, which I was doing in the break in between while I was waiting for the battery to charge. I think they're crochet socks. I think they're crochet. Alright, what else have we got in here? Oh, there's this new trend, isn't there? Well, it's not new, it's been going around a while, for this extremely super thick yarn that you do like hand knitting or arm knitting, whatever they call it. This one says you can hook a statement jumbo cowl with a DIY crochet infinity scarf kit from Wool Culture. No, Wool Couture, I beg your pardon, can't read. And it's £45. You get heaps of 100% merino roving wool, a 25mm hook and a crochet pattern. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay £45 for a jumbo size cowl. I'm jumbo sized enough. Right, we seems to be doing all this kind of red and blue theme. It's called Fire and Ice. And that's called Beads and Blossom. Hello darling, what are you doing? Quite like that in a strange way. Although, yeah, it does have sideways stripes, which is never kind of a good thing with a plump lady like myself. It's done in some kind of a mohair, I think. Lighter than air, yeah. If it was mohair, I couldn't wear it anyway because I can't stand it, it itches. That's a cowl with a very lightweight yarn. Again, it looks a bit mohairy, a bit fluffy-ish. No, I really don't like that brooch, I'm sorry, but I really don't. And they're very similar to a pair that I made in black and red. Although I didn't have lace on mine, I had eyelash yarn on mine. That's the necklace. That's another picture of the floaty tunic top. Trying to throw the book on the floor. Oh, that's where, you know, the book and the little bit of red wool's forced to make a heart. So go on there. And this is just a mesh. I mean, I don't think they've displayed it very well, putting it over a very patterned top, because you can't actually see. It's just like a mesh, really. And just got the, you know, the bits threaded through the holes. Just plain mesh. And that's, it's a matron, apparently, a matronly looking woman. Doesn't really look as if it's got much shape at all, does it? Not exactly luring. This is an article about a lady that, what she called Jay's P.E. Gissery. Simply Crochet YouTuber Lou Barnes. Just like little amigurumis or whatever. That's pretty. It's a lightweight mini shawl. It's done in a drops alpaca. It's on a 450 or a US 7 hook. Sleeve it out. I need to make some sleeves actually. A lot of my sweaters stop here. And with having arthritis, if I get this bit of my arm cold, I get really, really chilly. I've got a lot of like long fine gloves that I bought on the eBay. There's one for Z there, with a skull. Never been big into skulls myself, but that one's called A Passion for Squares. It's showing different things that you can make with like a sort of granny square or granny rectangle. Oh, it's Jenny King. Should have known it was Jenny King, shouldn't I? I bought her like DVD thing called Get Squared. We should have bought it on you know, those little stick things that you put in the computer. Instead of which mine's downloaded, so it means I have to go back to my computer every time I want the pattern, because you couldn't download it and print it out because it's like 1,000,000 miles long. I'm not sure whether that's a wall hanging or whether it's a blanket. And that one you have to choose which one you like the best, whether it's the beret or the arm warmers. Not sure if you win anything if you win, but the pattern for both of them is in here anyway. That's a stitch, raised ripple stitch. I do like the closed stitch patterns, you know, when you're making a cardigan or something like that, because you don't always want lacy, do you, and holy-holy. That sums me up in the evening, hot water bottle cover and little warm slippers. With having diabetes, I've got bad circulation, so sometimes in the evening when I'm sat still, my feet get very, very cold. That one's Rainbow Bright. It's sort of, you know, wiggly crochet on top, surface crochet, what do they call it? I have done it, but it's not my favourite. That's talking about an online club, I think, for amigurumis, amigo, and Gigi's slipping off my knee. That's quite pretty for a baby. It's, you know, nicer than just your usual pastel shades. Gigi's grumbling, can you hear going? What's this one? Oh, a crochet trip. Oh, it's talking about a retreat somewhere. Just imagine a few golden days filled with nothing more than yarn, hooks and chatter. That sound familiar, Zoe? We've been talking about something like this for ages. Oh, yes. They've got 2 workshop weekends planned for next year. Is that next year or is that this year? Depends when they wrote it, doesn't it? One at Waddenhaw House near Peterborough and one at Marsham Court Hotel in Bournemouth. Prices start from £270 for 2 nights of accommodation, evening meals, buffet breakfasts, light lunches and a full workshop, including the yarn. And a Bournemouth spa pass is also included. Sounds very nice, but I don't really have a spare £270, and then I would have to get myself to Bournemouth, which is quite expensive on the train. Does sound nice though. And then they're talking about another one which is in Scotland's Lomond and Trossachs National Park. That one is £299, but that's 5 days. Full board home cooked food, single ensuite accommodation in the grand 18th century house, professional knitting and crocheting tutoring, a trip to Loch Katrine with a cruise included, and transport from the nearest railway station in Stirling. Yeah. Or you can also go on a weekend taster as well for £199. It does all look rather splendid, doesn't it? Rather splendid. I would love to do something like that, but I think Zoe and I had more something like on a budget. I don't think we were going to splash out £299. But we'll see. Oh, I made that for my great niece, not in those colours. I made that for her. Don't know whether she ever wore it or not, but I made it for her anyway. And this is Bavarian crochet, and it shows you how to do the bag. I did master the Bavarian crochet, but it does. There's a blanket by somebody, it's called the Wool Eater. It's called that for a very good purpose because it really does eat up your yarn. That's the bag when it's made. You know, it's one of those, it's quite, not intricate to make, but it does gobble up a lot of yarn. You know, if you're making it as a stash buster. So, who's snoring? Oh, it's Sky. I call them by the wrong name when I'm not looking at them properly. And that's the mandala again. Oh dear, that's a big owl. What a hoot it's called. It's a lot of crochet too. A very big owl. And that's the one of the latest patterns from Serdar. And then we've got Darren Moore's advert on the back page again, as usual. Well, anyway, while I was gone and waiting for the, well, to take these off, they're a bit grippy. It's the trouble when they're new, they're a bit too strong. While I was gone waiting for the battery to charge up again, I did manage to find something that had been ordered from my Etsy shop and I couldn't find. I knew it was here somewhere. Well, and otherwise it wouldn't have been in the Etsy shop, would it? Anyway, I managed to find it, so. If the lady who ordered this is watching me, I'm hoping to get it posted off tomorrow. So, that's the problem, isn't it, when people... I love people to buy things from my Etsy shop, but everything's bundled up, obviously put away carefully to keep it away from any of the building work and everything that's been going on. But then bags with wool in have got piled on top of them, and it's like, oh, where are they now? Where are they? They're hidden at the bottom. I mean, I will take a photograph, I think, before I actually empty that room because it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and I've drained my coffee. I don't know why, but when I start chatting to you, I get very, very dry. My mouth goes dry. So I'm hoping that Zoe will be able to work her magic and stitch these two bits together seamlessly. Although, of course, you'll know that there was a break because I've just announced it after. So, and little Gigi is the one that's today. The other two don't seem to be too bad today. The other day when Sue was here, it was it was absolutely awful. You know, it really was bad. I don't know what they've been eating, all three of them, but I hope they never get it again. Yeah. the house is still progressing, and whoever asked me, no, it's not my house. I'm not moving. It's my son who's moving, and his wife, of course. And they're getting on with it. It's moving on, slowly but surely. I mean, they were very optimistic when they said they hoped it would be ready by whatever date, and I kept thinking, and the rest. Anyway, I think I'll be right. I think it'd be mid-February at the earliest before they move out. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I had a reminder, I think the phone went, didn't it, while I was talking to you before, for a hospital appointment, and I've looked in my diary and I don't have one. So I'm going to ring up tomorrow to see where exactly I'm supposed to be going. It's no doubt orthopaedics because there's some direction, but I thought I got all the appointments that I was supposed to be going to. We shall have to wait and see. I'll ring them up in the morning and say, like, which department am I going to? Otherwise you look a bit of a fool, don't you, turning up, no letter. Don't know where you're going, which department you're going into. So I'll have to find that out tomorrow. If you left comments on my last video, I haven't got round to answering them. I did read some of them, but I need to sit and read them all and answer them properly. Once I let a day or two go by, I get overwhelmed. And I'm like, oh. Don't get me wrong, don't stop leaving me comments. It's just if I'm in a sort of rushing mood, and I look and there's about 19 comments to answer, I think, oh, I'll do that later. And then of course I make another video and it starts all over again, you know. But, I mean, I'm the same with other people's videos. I'll watch them and then I think, I'll write a comment on there. I'll put a comment on. Then something happens and I do something else and I never get round to going back and actually putting a comment. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a good time with your crocheting and your knitting and whatever it is you do. Your cross stitching and embroidery. My aunt did try to teach me embroidery when I was very small. I did do it for a while, but it didn't really hold my interest at all. And cross stitch, I mean, the old eyes don't focus that well anymore, so there's no way I want to give myself eye strain by looking at little teeny weeny. You know, I mean, it's so small, isn't it? The little holes that you're supposed to find. You know, my eyes are like that. Ooh. I think that's all I've got to tell you, really. Nothing special is happening in my life, except I told you about that I've ordered the lights, didn't I? The postman didn't bring anything today, so, you know, it was actually one of those couriers that fetched me gloves. No doubt I've got a few things coming by post, so I think they save them up in the sorting office until they have a bundle. Then I get a bunch of them, like with elastic band around them all. I can't think what I'm waiting for. Oh, I'm waiting for another pair of velvet trousers. This time they're blue. I've got the long pair on today, and it's a good job I'm not walking anywhere because I only went to put the bins out because it's bin day tomorrow. And the end of my trousers was trailing on the floor. I need to do a bit of sewing, I do. I've got a couple of bras to repair, I've got some elastic to put in a skirt. Because the elastic's gone a bit, you know, it does move. You put things away in the wardrobe, don't you? And you put them on a hanger and you don't wear them for a little while. And then when you fetch them out, the elastic's all perished. So that's what's happened with the skirt. And I rather like the skirt, it's a nice skirt. Then I've got another beautiful skirt that I really, really love, but it's too short. And I'm still looking for something to put around the bottom of it, you know, to elongate it. I did order some more velvet in like a teal green colour, but when it arrived it was teal blue and my skirt's more teal green. And I've been looking for lace that colour and not found any. I mean, I had thought about crocheting something for around the bottom, but it's quite a wide skirt and I didn't really fancy, you know, crocheting about 3 yards of edges, you know, because I want it about that wide. Oh, my mouth's so dry, my lips are sticking to my teeth. Do you ever do that? Your lips stick up there somewhere to your teeth. It's usually when you're on an interview or something and you're a bit nervous, and when your mouth goes dry and you can't go and hook it down again when you're in the middle of an interview, can you? My mouth's dry at the moment because I think it's the medications I'm taking. I wake up in the morning and I can hardly speak because my mouth's so dry. This little terror, at least the whiff of it's drifted away now. I'm not quite so knocked over by it. All I need now is these two to start, and they've been my constant companions today. I don't know why. Seem to be the flavour of the month today. But I will miss them when they've gone. Certainly will, yeah. I'm a bit tired at the moment. Would you believe I had a cold caller at 7:30 this morning? Would you mind answering a few questions? I said, yes, I would. I said, do you know what time it is? It's 7:30 in the morning. Oh, I'm so sorry. But would you just answer a few questions? No, I wouldn't, no. I've tried every which way to block these people. I can block all the UK ones, but I cannot block these. And you try blocking the number and they come at you with a different number every time. They bug me. I am not going to answer any questions, ever. So I'm sure they're doing it now to irritate me. I mean, 7:30 in the morning. No. Nobody in their right mind wants to answer a few questions, do they, at that time in the morning? I wasn't even focused at that time in the morning. I was like, wow, where's the phone, where's the phone? I don't get up till about 7:45. So I object to being woken up about 1/4 of an hour before my alarm goes off. I could be doing other things at that time, couldn't I? You know, lots of other things to do. You're going to say hello to everybody. Say hello. Oh, Sky's on the move. The is because Poppy's on the sofa and Poppy's right in the centre, so she's taking up all the room. So Sky cannot get on the other edge of it. So she's not very happy. Sky, don't knock the tripod, sweetie. Thank you. No, don't knock the tripod, darling. Oh, she's in that mood, I can know. It's going to go in a minute. Maybe I'd better say goodbye before she destroys the place. Yes. Maybe my lights will come before. And then you won't have to have the light. Those two lines going down the side of me here, wherever they come. It's the main light on the ceiling that shines in the mirror and causes two lines to come down. So I look like I'm, you know, like a celestial light is shining upon me. Which is not true because I'm no angel. And that's my dryer that's just stopped, so I need to go and sort that out in a minute. Yeah, there's nothing much to report. Except I need to find out what my appointment is on the 17th. Oh, there is one thing I want to report. My little Daniel, you know, my little friend that I waved to, he's not very well. He's quite poorly at the moment. And he's on morphine, so if you just spare a little thought for him. Hi Daniel, if you're watching. And he's a bit out for the count with the small feet. It's knocking him out a bit. so I believe, I haven't seen him, it's just his mum telling me. So if you just spare a little thought for him because he's in a bit of pain. So, hi Daniel, hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you got a lot of toys at Christmas. So this is Auntie Jan saying, hi Daniel. Apparently he likes it when he hears his name mentioned. So, for about the third time I've said it, and this time I mean it, I'm going now. I will see you all soon. So the next video probably won't be half as long as this because I won't have anything to show you. Unless the postman finally delivers. Oh, my teeth are still sticking to my mouth. Unless the postman finally delivers bits and pieces that I've ordered. But I don't think anything's crafty related. I don't think anything is. So, bye for now. Enjoy your evening. Bye now.